Hi, so today's practice is going to be a little bit more on hip openers, loosening up through the low back and opening up through the hips. This class is designed for beginners and can be modified depending on your practice. So I would like to start today in child's pose. So we're going to bring ourselves back, big toes together, and then open up through the hips as wide as you feel comfortable. Slowly start to sit back towards the heels and extend the arms forward. We're going to place our foreheads down onto the mat, like so. Slowly start to work on bringing your hips down a little bit lower and perhaps your chest a little bit deeper towards the mat. Closing the eyes here, allow the forehead to rest on the mat and slowly start to acknowledge your breath. Recognize the rise and fall of the belly, ribs and chest as you work on that deep, big breath in and slow exhale out, in through the nose and out through the nose. Slowing down your breath, sitting further and further back down on the heels and pressing the chest down towards the mat. Soften through your shoulders, through your hips. Taking a moment here just to focus on the breath, close the mind out to any thoughts that may be coming about the day past or your upcoming day. On your next inhale, let's bring it up into a tabletop position. Hands nice and flat, knees under the hips, tops of the feet down, hands rest under the shoulders. Nice flat back here, exhale. On an inhale, we're going to arch the back down, bring the shoulders back and lifting the chin up. Exhale through the nose, rounding the back, draw the chin in. Inhale, coming down. And exhale, coming back. Let's take a few more deep breaths at your own pace. Finding any movement that maybe your body needs today. Maybe there's a little bit of a wiggle through the hips. Or maybe we round back a little bit heavier as we come all the way back in. Good. When you're ready, we'll come back into a tabletop position, nice flat back here. On an inhale, we're going to extend that left leg back. Exhale, draw it in. Rounding up through the back. Inhale, reach. And exhale, drawing it in. Inhale, reach, kicking back, really lengthen through the spine. Exhale, draw it in. If it's in your practice, let's add a big reach out from that right arm. Exhale, drawing it in. Inhale, reach. And exhale. One more big inhale. And exhale. Good. Bringing the hands and knees back down. As we inhale, we're going to extend that right leg. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach, lengthen. And exhale. Reach. Exhale. If it's in your practice, let's add that left arm reaching out. And exhale, draw it back in. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Good. Bringing the hands back down. Nice and wide. I want you to press the hands down firmly into the mat. So not just the wrists, but the palms as well and the fingers. Making a complete connection with the hands. Tucking the toes under in the back, and we're just going to lift up through the hips. Relaxing the forehead here. Coming into a modified downward facing dog. Pressing the chest back. Lifting the hips up high. Maybe we bend alternating knees. If you're comfortable in a full downward facing dog, please take that position now. When you're ready, we'll take that right leg and we're going to step it forward. Forward to the mat, to the very top right hand corner. Hands come to the inside, and maybe this is where we stay. I'm going to work on bringing my hip forward and dropping it down nice and deep. Now if you're familiar with this pose and you'd like to get a little bit deeper, please feel free to make any adjustments now. Perhaps softening through the shoulders, through the elbows, or down onto the elbows. Taking a few big deep breaths here. Every exhale, think about dropping those hips a little bit further. Beautiful. On an inhale, we're going to tuck the toes under in the back, sending your right leg back and coming back into that downward facing dog. Making a nice connection to the mat with the hands, relaxing the head and neck, and maybe keeping the knees bent. When you're ready, the left leg comes forward, left front corner of the mat, right knee comes down. And just soften through that hip, allowing the shoulders and the knees to soften. Sending those exhales to the hips. The hips are where we save a lot of our emotion, a lot of our stress. So breathing out into these hip poses, really allowing ourselves to get a little bit deeper is going to release some of that emotion, some of that stress, and some of that tension. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to send our left leg back. Bringing our knees wide to the mat, and our feet are in line with the knees. Slowly we're going to work on sitting back and through the feet. So we're trying to bring our hips down in between the legs. Maybe we keep our hands up, or maybe we can come down a little bit deeper. Trying to keep this position of health, ensuring that the knees are comfortable. If it's too much pressure on the knees, feel free to place a block or a spare mat, or maybe even just hold our position up with our hands. A few strong deep breaths here. Every exhale allows us to get a little bit deeper. Good. On an inhale, we're going to slowly come up. And we're going to turn sideways onto our mat. Standing one leg out to each side. And as wide as you feel comfortable. So you can come into some nice, deep, wide splits here. Or we can just stay as I am in a bit more of a modified position. Perhaps we sit up on a block, allowing us to get just a little bit deeper. Big inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our chest forward and lowering down towards the feet. Spending a few big deep breaths here. Hands on the thighs, the shin, or maybe down to the feet if that's in your practice. Maybe we can come a little bit wider. Strong, deep inhales, inhaling up through the nose. Exhale, softening through the chest and the forehead. One more big breath in. And out. Good. Inhale, coming all the way up. And we're going to turn towards the right side. Big inhale, reaching tall. As we exhale again, reaching that chest forward and then slowly lowering down. Hands to the thighs, shin, or the feet, wherever your practice is today. Trying to keep those shoulders level. Gently exhale, lowering the chest down. On your next inhale, slowly coming back up. Exhale, rolling out through the shoulders, maybe shaking out the legs. Big inhale, reaching up tall. Let's turn towards the left. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Hands to the thighs, the shin, or perhaps the feet, wherever you feel that position of comfort is. Keeping the shoulders parallel to the floor. Every exhale is going to bring us down just a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, slowly come back up. Give it a little bit of a shake. And we're going to bring our feet in together here. Taking your thumbs to the inside of the foot. Inhaling up. We're just pressing those knees down. However far it is comfortable for you. They don't have to touch the mat at all. As long as we're sitting nice and even on the sit bones, tall through the back. Taking our thumbs and just pulling apart our arches of our feet. Almost as if you're trying to pry apart a book. Shoulders drop back down. And just pressing the knees down to whatever position is comfortable for you. Big, deep inhales. Exhaling slowly. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, pressing those knees down just a little bit more. One more big breath in. On an exhale, we're going to fold forward here. So maybe we just grab the feet and pull our chest down a little bit. And that's perfect. If it's in your practice to maybe extend the arms and drop the chest down, feel free to do so. On your next inhale, we'll gently come back up. Bring the knees slowly in together, hands back, and we'll just gently rock the knees side to side. Loosening up through the hips and the back. Bringing it into center, and we're going to turn so that our back comes down onto the mat. Drawing the knees into the chest. Wrapping the arms around the shins and softly rock side to side. Massaging out through the spine, relaxing through the shoulders. Bringing it back into center, gently one hand over each shin. Softly let the knees fall out to the side. If this position gives you a little bit of a stretch, but still a position of health, stay here. If you find that you need a little bit more, maybe we grab the inside of the feet or the big toes and can extend the legs a little bit further out. However, if you're new to this position, we'll just stay right here, relaxing through the shoulders. Deep, deep inhales. Calming exhales. Good. Gently bringing the knees back in together. Hands down to the side. Softly lower the legs down to the floor. Giving the legs a little bit of a shake out. Good. Making sure we're nice and comfortable here. Taking your right hand, let's place it over the chest and your left hand over the belly. Relaxing into the mat, softening through the ankles. As we inhale through the nose, we're going to feel that breath rise into the belly. Feeling that left hand raise up. And then feel the breath build into the ribs, all the way up into the top of the chest. And as you exhale, the breath will lower from the chest, all the way down through to the belly, feeling that spine connect down into the mat. Continuing that breath, building it from the bottom all the way up to the top. And then softly and slowly we exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down. At your own pace, let's take a few more deep cleansing breaths, slowing down that heart rate. On your next inhale, slowly bring the knees back into the chest, wrapping the arms around the shin and gently rocking forward and back. If it's in your practice, we'll take a big rock coming all the way up. Otherwise, gently sitting up nice and tall, as is best for your practice. Finding a position that works best for you. Seated, cross-legged, maybe with the knees down. Hands on the knees to start. Big inhale. Let's open up through the chest. Lengthen through the shoulders and the spine. Big inhale. Reaching those hands up tall. Pressing the palms together overhead. As we exhale, we come down, Anjali Mudra, heart center. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. A short but effective practice, opening up through the hips and relaxing through our breath. I appreciate any comments, so please do leave them below. And we'll see you next time. Namaste. Thank you. Peace.